All right. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Man, I'm taking a little time today. I got other things to do, but man, I gotta get this out here, folks. I gotta get this out here. This is probably my third video, probably the fourth video dealing with this subject, and it's based on this Nisha Nash post that was on my timeline. And it don't have to be on my timeline. It's something that's in society that's happening. And I try to keep myself calm and humble. But when it comes to him, I get excited. I get happy. I rejoice. I have a praise when they come in because I know how real he is. I know he shows up in my life on a daily basis. And sometimes I need him, and he showed up. Sometimes I can't even think about needing him, and then he shows up automatically. So what I'm saying, folks, when it comes to this color right here, I am saddened. We come all the way through slavery, the Jim Crows, the Civil Rights Movement, and we believed and we trusted in him. We trusted it. And now it seems like 2020, we approach 2021, we don't need him. We don't want him. We claim we know him, but our heart is far from him. Folks, let me tell you something. We can't say we believe in him and doing something else. We have stopped partaking in what other nationalities are doing and other races are doing socially. And we're trying to mix it in on a spiritual level. It can't work like that, folks. The post is out there. I made a comment. This woman, she goes and marries another woman. And you see comments where she looks happy, she look this, and folks, it doesn't matter how you look. And I have to draw a distinction between what's really going on, because this is what I'm talking about. This is major stuff. This is when you're on this blue pill and you're caught inside the matrix and you're thinking that this pencil is a big juicy steak, but when you bite into it, it tastes good, but all of a sudden it's not a steak. It's a pencil, and you start to swallowing the splinters of that, and you choking and you cutting your throat up, and you have about 30 seconds to live. Because we're caught up into the matrix. We're caught up in some stuff. This physical flesh has failed us. It's all because we don't have the spirit. We claim we do, but we don't. Even some of us have went down to the fact that the book, which I call the recipe book, because if you follow it, you ain't gonna get but one thing out of it. You ain't gonna get a bunch of garbage and stuff. And it's no more the Bible. We have even put it down. You know, the white man worked this and this. Then we have comments, well, everybody has a sin. And yes, but let me distinguish that, what's going on. I can go out here and get into it with my brother. Say we driving and we have an accident and then it's a bump. It's nothing major. Nobody's hurt. And we're upset, mad. We may cuss each other out. We shouldn't, but we do. But what we can do, we have the right. It's, man, we can repent of that right there. That's a sin. We're going to break it down. And it could be other things that happen. Getting angry or whatever the deal may be. You repent of that and you keep moving. And it shouldn't hold you back. But you got to be in him for it to take place, folks. Now, when it comes to this lesbianism, this homosexuality, men laying down with men, you can repent that as well, but that means you stop from that demonic life. That's demonic. I don't know where in our mind that we say it's okay and that he is going to just go along with this thing. Where is that coming from? It can't come from nowhere but the demon. And what has happened, I don't see much of this happening with our black men. This very few. But with our black women, we get into these relationships and it doesn't go right with a man. So now the next alternative thing, we're going to get with a woman. Who told? Nobody does that but the demon. It doesn't come by him like that. When you decide this is the lifestyle I'm going to live, that's a continuously habitual active sin. You can repent of it, but you got to stop it. It's all through the book, folks, about this lifestyle that it is wrong. I mean, how he destroyed a whole city, Sodom and Gomorrah, because of this lifestyle, this homosexuality lifestyle. And you go all down through the books, even to the Romans. It talks about a man and woman leaving their reasonable sex of having sex with the opposite sex and start doing vile stuff. That word, vile, it ain't good. Vile is not good. I started sleeping with a man if I'm a man. Then if I'm a woman, I'm going to start going laying down with another woman. That's vile. That's what he called it. He can't accept nothing like that. And see, this is where you get tricked at out here. Because some politicians of the government, which is a beast. Come on, folks, we ain't reading enough. Because they pass laws and stuff and saying it's all right, but is it all right with him? This another sad thing is that we as black folk, we're supporting this garbage, this abomination. And I know we don't want to hear because it's hitting this right here. It's hitting my mind because see, I'm lonely out here and I can't find that my counterpart. I'm just gonna lay down with the next best thing. And some of this garbage is in our family members. But this is what happens when you step away from him and you start conforming to these folks down here. This legalism, the law, it's obsolete when it comes to him. We don't know that because we're not reading. But we want to patch everything that make it look pretty. Then there's some children involved. And they see this garbage. Children ain't crazy. They look at it, it don't look right. Because it ain't right. And they have to ask you a question. And now you got to explain it. You can't lie to them. You can't say, well, love come all different forms. But that ain't what he said, folks. I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to try to get out of here. And I'm trying to stay humble with this. All this brain capacity, and we're walking around here stuck on stupid. We stuck on this flesh. And that's what the demon used. The pride of life. And the pride of the eye. And the lust of this flesh right here. We lusted. And there's some small sins, big sin. It's all sin. But when you start doing something habitual or continuous sin, it's something like that. You could be a murderer that's out here just murdering. Can you be forgiven from it? Yes, you can. But the problem with all this going on is the time change. Right now, I say the GFI switch has been hit. You know, when you get an overload on something on your box, if the amperage is too small coming in, if anything can happen, you can plug something in and it hit. The breaker might not be big enough. When I'm talking about this pandemic, look how many people has died, folks. 183,000 people. Was they caught in the favor of him before they died? Folks, this is for real out here. I'm going to try to run through this as much as I can. And you get your book out and start reading. Because, see, we can't go around. If we're supporting some lesbianism, some homosexuality, we might as well support racism. It's all the same. It's wrong. Hello. I'm keeping it real. I'm not gonna play with you on this. We're going to have to quit this happy life. This alternative universe where everything is wrong is right. And what's right is wrong. Come on, folks. We can't do that. Who do that? Let me break this thing down. From the beginning, man was created by the dust. The Almighty blows into his nostrils life, a living soul, a spirit. Some of us church folks have a problem with this other part. Adam looked around and he saw every animal. He named them animals. I mean, from the giraffe, lion, the gorillas, he saw something. He saw a part of him in these animals, which is the male aspect. Hello. Yes. He saw this, but he also saw something in the small aspect, because I saw it, and you probably seen it too, but they ain't paying no attention to it. But I've seen this, down to a grasshopper. A female grasshopper is about this big. Male grasshopper is about this big, and I've seen this. And right behind the male grasshopper protruded a penis inside of the female grasshopper. Reproduction going on. Adam had to see that. Adam had to see these other animals going through some reproduction going on. Maybe some birth going on. If that's the case, then now this is happening. He's saddened. Why? He don't see his counterpart. They said man has become lonely. He had nobody to talk to but the man upstairs. He might talk to the animals. They ain't talking back to him. He see the young animals either breastfeeding from this female, and he saw that. But where's my part at? I'm saddened. First anesthesia, the first surgery they're done, the Almighty puts him to sleep, performs a surgery over, opens him up, takes a rib out. I find this very interesting. He created something else. I wonder why he didn't go back to the ground. Well, he woke up. He got clothes back up, and he saw something. I just wonder why there wasn't another man created. Another male. Have that come in across anybody's mind? Now this is the creator. Adam was a masterpiece, and he created another masterpiece. Why was another male created? If it was me, if it had been any other man, he still would have been disenfranchised. Another male, he see all the male animals, but there's something missing. The female, his part, his human part. Oh man, he knew what he's doing when he made man and woman. And Adam told her, name is Eve. He said, since you come from the womb of man, you'll be woman. You came from the side. So therefore, I am the protector of you. Hello. There was a bond there. Folks, look at any kind of medical journal or book, or even Google it up, the reproduction system of a man and a female. And we're gonna keep it real, because some of us black folk, we timid when we start teaching our children sex education. It offends us, but we don't mind practicing it though. The male penis, the female vagina, it's a puzzle. It fits together. God knew what he was doing. He don't make no junk. But something happened. Orders was given out to Adam and Eve. Don't eat the tree of life. Don't go eat over there the tree of knowledge and good and evil. If you do, the day you do, you will surely die. Oh man, all of a sudden, here comes the serpent walking. Yes, he walked at the time, and he talked at the time. Adam was gone. He called Eve. Hey, why come y'all don't eat that tree of knowledge, good and evil over there? Well, God said if we do, we'll surely die. Oh, you're not going to surely die. You're going to become wise as he is. You're going to be God yourself. Folks, nowhere you see it written down that there was an apple on a tree. It says fruit. We need to leave that where it is. Well, she took the fruit, and her eyes were open. She gave it to her husband. Where you get this from? What? Hey, look, it's good. And his eyes were open. The shame of the sexual anatomy came across them. Ooh, wait a minute, we need to cover up what? You wouldn't worry about covering up before. What happened? That's the first instance of sin that comes on the sight. And keep in mind, snake done left, gone. So what Adam and Eve do? They go hide themselves. Figuratively speaking, in the cool of the day, the Lord start walking, and it's the spirit. He don't have to walk. Figuratively speaking, folks. Adam, where you at? He knows everything. He letting Adam know you done something, son. You done disobeyed me. Well, where were you at? I hid myself. Why? Wait a minute. Did you eat of that tree? Yes. Why? Is it that woman? Here go the blame game. That woman that you gave me. Now he gonna blame it on God. Now he was sitting up there looking sad, looking all pitiful because he didn't have the woman. Now the woman get there. Now she makes him fall because he was weak. He should have been stronger. Now, hey, the I am said we ain't supposed to do this. But he didn't. He fell. Hello. What did the I am say? Woman, what has you done? And before this has happened, there's a communication going on. What have they done? They done eat of the knowledge of tree of good and evil, unless they go get the tree of life and be corrupted forever, because the tree of life, you live forever. Then the woman says, it was the serpent. He beguiled me. She felt the same. They were saying, man, Y'all got to understand, this place Eden was beautiful. Had it made. Serpent, what have you done? He said, for this, the I am said, you shall eat the dust and crawl for the rest of your days. That means your generation. And the man, the human heel will be against your head. That's a prophecy there, folks, when the Messiah come in as well. Most people, very few people like snakes. They always want to kill it. There's a very few people find snakes exquisite. They want to study them, but most folk want to kill that snake. So here this snake that used to talk, he can't talk no more. Look at the punishment. Now he can't walk no more. He has to crawl, eat the dust, and fear for his life. Sounds familiar? He's cursed. Woman, for you to bring man down and disobey me as well, you should have some problems and some pain in childbearing. Oh yeah, your menopause, yeah, you're gonna have some issues. And the next thing, you're gonna always desire a man. You're almost not gonna have no control over it. You're always gonna want a man all the time. That's a curse, folks. We don't understand it. Some of you women don't understand why you just want to go out here and get a man. It's a curse, but it can be overcome through the Messiah. But that's another time on that. And Adam, you, because you hearken and you listen to your wife and not listen to me, the I am, you're gonna have to work by the sweat of your brow every day. But I'm gonna tell you something, folks. Every now and then, work ain't too bad, but there's dangers on the job. Going to the job, getting killed on an accident, getting killed on the job when they had it made in the garden. But the least of that punishment was the man. Women today have these issues, these female issues, hormone issues, wanting the man because it's the curse of that garden. Once that happened, chaos and confusion happened. All the animals start jumping on one another, folks. There was no tranquility. The spirit went back out. This is what church folk have a problem with. The spirit went back out. There's nothing left there but the body and the soul to operate. There was no more guide. Then they was told, you got to get out of here. We can't let you fool with the tree of life. You got to get out of here. So every opening to the garden was closed up by a cherubim, which is an angel with a sword. There was nobody. You can't fight an angel. They weren't coming back in there. And all this time go by, folks. Man was meant to be with a woman. Through time, there has been a bunch of garbage going on. Lesbianism, threesomes, homosexuality. God destroyed the whole city. He couldn't find 10 righteous people in Sodom and Gomorrah. 10. Angels come to warn Lot, hey, what was finna happen? The men outside the city want to get with the angels, want to have sex with the angels, folks. Lot said, look, I got these 2 daughters here. Look, y'all deal with them. No, we want the men. Evil, corrupted. What happened? The Almighty. Fire come from heaven. And he told Lot, don't you look back. Oh, Miss Lot, she looked back, had to see, had to look back and see what was going. And she turned to a pillar of salt. Lot and his 2 daughters walking. Now, when they got to far off, you can see the city burning. Right today, where the Dead Sea is, that's where Sodom and Gomorrah is, folks. This is real, folks. We're playing with stuff that we don't even know what we're doing. Now, let me jump up to time speed. All this time, even when Moses' time, the 10 Commandments, folks' neck was stiff-necked, they was hard-headed, still didn't have the Spirit. Spirit didn't come on the scene until the Messiah come. Now but before then, you had to have men to pray for your sins, your mishaps. And if he had to go into the deep of the temple, the Holy of Holies. If he wasn't no good, he died inside. Nobody else really couldn't go in there and get him. They would die because they had to be holy. So they started tying a rope to him. And if he didn't come out, you pulled him out. That's history, folks. Look in this book, folks. It's in your book. Here's the thing that I'm trying to get to. And I know this is long. This is where we fell in on this lifestyle. Once you come in him, you receive the Spirit. And it's supposed to guide you through the word, the book. A lot of us have taken this book and thrown it down the side. We don't need the white man wrote it, and then we have these people on this post. We're talking where everybody done a sin, but how long are you going to continue to sin? The book says, do we continue in sin? No, God forbid you stop it. You can't take up upon a habitual, abominational lifestyle and think he's going to bless you. No, folks, it don't happen like that. I used to hunt, and I was a little boy when I was going with my daddy. Whether the lightning hit it or just some kind of way, certain trees, whether it's fungus or whatever, they big old trees. Maybe it's a hackberry tree, a beech tree. Sometimes it's an oak. Lightning hit those black oaks a lot. And every now and then, depending on how often you go, we go hunting or whatnot, you can see where the tree was just fresh and green, and then bam, it's on the ground. Well, as time go by, you keep hunting, the leaves might fall off, but as the years go by, that tree still laying there. Animals, squirrels, whatever, birds, they jump up on this tree, it still lays there. It's the same thing with a man when he dies. His soul don't do no working. That's why the book says there's no work in the grave. There is this purgatory stuff. There's a man gonna pray you out of somewhere. That's not in the book, folks. It doesn't happen like that. Here's the deal. How a tree fall is how it's gonna lay. How you die is how you gonna get up. What's the get up part? The resurrection part, the judgment part. This is why it gets serious at. Look over in Luke, Lazarus and the rich man. It's nothing wrong with being rich, but it's his character of the rich man. The rich man he was rich. He was eating good food, man. Big old nice piece of bread and stuff. All the food that was greasy, whether it was a goose or a duck or whatever it was. He was just dining sufficiently. But there was old Lazarus. Yeah. Dog licking his sores and stuff. And the rich man fed Lazarus crumbs from his table. That's what the book said in Luke. He fed him. Wonder why, here's the character, why he didn't pick Lazarus up and set him at the table and dine like he could. Come on, folks, here we go. Here we go. There's a story within that. And this is powerful right here. It's going to hit us. Well, it comes to a time Lazarus and the rich man died. Well, Lazarus was in Abraham's bosom, and like a little air conditioning scene place. Now, before this, you got to realize this time frame, what's happening. This is the time frame. Sheol, hell, disembodied spirits, everybody that died went to one spot. Again, church folks have a problem with this. Friday night when the Messiah died, Saturday, there was some work going on. This is where a problem comes in. What type of work was he doing? He was separating these compartments from the folks that's operating with him and the folks that's operating with the demon. What compartment? Well, you had paradise. You had Tartarus. And there's a line that goes across what it means a great gulf is fixed. And Lazarus, it says, he woke up. He was in torment, pain. And there's a conversation going on with the I am. But say, hey man, look here. Hey man, let me. Can you, any way you can put some water on your finger and cool my tongue down, man? This flame is hot here. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Well, look at it. Let me go tell my brothers and them, my family, man, that they don't want to come to this place, man. This place is hot, man. This is no good place to come to. He said, how? If they can't believe you in the flesh, how they gonna believe a spirit? Hello. So that means, he said, besides, anyway, anyhow, you can't cross over into the already, which is people living, or you can't cross over where Lazarus is, and he can't cross over where you at, because there's a great gulf fixed. Now, since that fixation is going on, there's another timeline. There's judgment. Then there's another compartment, which is heaven, if you believe that. Then there's another compartment with the final destination, hell, Gehenna hell. Gehenna is a place in Jerusalem where they used to dump all their trash and dead bodies and carcasses at. The dead bodies, animals. And that place burned forever. It stayed aflame or downpour rain. It would still be burning. And the I am took it for the eternal hell, Gehenna hell. It's written down, folks. It's in your Greek form. These are the compartments. So whether you die now or however time goes, you lay in the grave and you wait. We're waiting on, we wait on the return of the Messiah. Then there's a judgment. The rich man couldn't get out of there. He was in a holding cell because everybody's in a holding cell until the court date. We don't know when the court date. The angels don't know when the court date. Only the I Am does. The Messiah don't know when the court date. But see, he's your lawyer when you accept him. This is what you don't want to go through. You don't want to go to the great white throne. Look in your book. James tell you, man, once you die, then there's the judgment. But the judgment's going to take a while. But see, God said his time, his ways is not our ways, not our time. A day to him could be 1,000 years. 1,000 years could be one day. Hello, folks. They said we all not going to be sleep, which means sleep dead. If he comes now, the Messiah, if the I Am said, I'm shutting it down, this is it. We're all going to be changed. It says we're going to be changed in a twinkling of an eye. You look that up in the Greek, it means atom. Atom is a form of time. The time you do this, a twinkling of an eye, open your eye up. There is no verbiage to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Because you're going to have conscience of what you're doing. Hello? Because who had conscience? The rich man and Lazarus. It's showing you life after death. You are conscious, folks. We're going to have to quit telling folks, oh, they done gone up to heaven. It hasn't happened yet, folks. That's fictitious. It sounds good. That's why we need to get back in this book. We're all changed, given a new body from this corrupted body to an incorruptible body to be judged. It says the dead in the Messiah shall rise first. Oh, there's going to be some other rising then. They will meet him, not touch the ground, meet him in the air. Check this out. That's where you want to be. Hello? You don't want to go through the great white throne. Look in the book of Revelations and it'll tell you the reason why you don't want to go through the great white throne. Because that is a death sentence. Another death sentence where you're not going to be in a happy mode of living. Like Lazarus the rich man, he was in Tartarus holding place after judgment. Apparently he didn't get himself right with him. So he's going to be issued into Gehenna hell forever. Keep in mind, Satan, the devil, the Beelzebub, the Diablos, so many names that he has. He only runs so much because he's on a chain right now. He can only go so far. He's on his chain. He has the keys. His destruction and all those angels that left their first estate, they are called demons, evil spirits. Their final destination is Gehenna hell. Locked down. They're not going to be running. He's not going to be running nothing. He's not going to be a taskmaster. No, he's going to be in pain and torment for his deception, his corruption to try to overthrow the Almighty. But he couldn't even get past Michael, the archangel. That's the final destination, folks. But let's get back to this important part that we will overpass in this lifestyle thing. Revelation said the books are going to be open. You have the judge, which is the I Am. You have your lawyer. He's standing right there. He's looking. The books are going to be open. What books are going to be open, Clay Brooks? The book of life. Your name has to be written in the book of life to escape the Gehenna hell. The other book is going to be open, which is the book that we think the white man wrote it. The Bible. Yes. The pages of inspiration. The recipe book. The reed. The measuring book. Back in the day, reeds was used to measure. So we take this book and we measure our life. Then another book is going to be open. It's called the Book of Deeds. What deeds? Our deeds, our lifestyle. Let's use Lazarus for example. And the rich man. They look in there. Oh, Lazarus, here's your name in the book of life. He's issued into heaven. Rich man, not because he's rich, because of his character. He didn't get it right. Now he's being judged. The book also said that the Messiah will laugh at you. Those of us thinking that the Messiah is a fake, that he's a mysterious person, he doesn't exist, when that time comes, and you haven't partaken, you ain't changed your mind, your heart, he's going to laugh at you. And there you are issued into the bottomless abyss, the Gehenna hell, burning. Now, this book is very important, that there are statutes in here that you have to live by. And keep in mind, the book says we have all come short of God's glory. Yes, we have. That's why we have a direct connection now through the Messiah. Like I said, we have an accident, we get upset, or something. We see a man drop a wad of money in his pocket, and we might need some money. We don't say, "Hey, sir, here's your money." We go over there and pick it up, and and then our conscience start hitting us. Man, I should have told that man about his money. And you pray about it, and you ask God to forgive you about it. Those are things that you can turn around. But when you start living an abominable lifestyle, it's this homosexual life, this lesbian life, and then you get caught dead in it. You get caught dead in it. This transsexual stuff, you get caught dead in it. Now you just like that log. How you die is how you're going to have to stand before the Almighty and give an account. The books are open. There's no time to utter a word to say, "I'm sorry, can I change?" Because if the book says you're going to give it a new body in the twinkling of an eye, atom, time, and bam, there it is. That's how critical this is for. And the reason why we don't know this because we're not reading. We're so fleshy. The demon got us believing what's temporary is permanent and what's permanent is temporary. So we're pacifying stuff to make us feel good. We want to find things, bits and pieces that we like inside the book, but we can't get past the book because the book is going to be there at the very end to judge us. So black folk out here, watch how you supporting people in a corrupt and crooked lifestyle. Yes, we all have fallen short. And some of these ministers say this a lot. We are saved sinners if you done got your mind right. You done got your mind. We are saved sinners because we always going to slip up. But we on the straight and narrow path. We walking this tightrope. What is the tightrope? The book. This book, this recipe book, that's the tightrope. Because that's what we're going to be judged by. The broad way is big where everybody. Another thing, my grandmama told me this. She said, "Boy, if everybody go to hell, you don't want to go. It ain't gonna be no comfort." Hey, John, how you doing, man? I'm doing all right today. But man, you talking about pain, hollering, screaming, and you're conscious of this flame. Who was conscious? The rich man was conscious of the heat. It ain't gonna be no 1129, no 80%, 20%. It ain't gonna be no 5 years, 6 years. Life term in. Folks, this is forever. This is after the body, this body that we use, this corrupt body, goes back to the dust. The spirit, if you received it through the Messiah, that's a key point. It goes back to him. That there's nothing left there but the soul standing in the twilight. And you gonna know where you're going. It ain't no happy stab. I don't know, man, if I'm going. Come on, folks. You going to Atlanta, you gonna know you're going to, and you get there, you know you're going to Atlanta. You're not gonna get to Atlanta and say, "Man, I'm supposed to be in Florida." Come on, folks. God is not stupid. He's not short. He ain't counting no slack, folks. This is real out here. And I'm trying to stay humble. And I'm taking it people don't understand. That's the love in me. We need more Morpheus out here. This is why, and see, our black folks have got away from him. We don't even want to go see him on his day. Because we want to do our thing. That's what the devil wants you to do. And the demon they want you to do that. They want you to rationalize with your soul. Your soul is priceless. Nobody can pay for it but him. But we'll sell it for a little bit of fun. Yes, we all have fallen short. The book says that. And we're going to continue to fall short. Man, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. An open sin. Me and a man get out here arguing and get upset and irate. And somebody sees us. Well, we got to be at that church house. First of all, we can do it right there. You don't know who saw us. Let me get back to the church and look. I done sin out here, Lord. I done, caused I done fell short. Make me stronger. Hope I don't do that again. That's through the Messiah. That won't come up at the end of judgment. Oh, look at Paul. He's the man. I got to get out here. He was a chief sinner. He was murdering Christians, cutting them down, running them down. He had papers in his hand from the government to do it. And one day he was on the road to Damascus and he was just finna go and have his way. Oh, and the Messiah showed up. "Hey, Saul, what are you doing?" Saul, he blinded him. Saul knew who he was. He said, is that you, Lord? He said, look, bro, what you doing to my folks out here? Why you out here killing my folk, man? But that's all right. I need a man like you. To this day, you won't be Saul no more. Your new name is going to be Paul. This man that we have on record and wrote 13 books, Paul. An apostle. He took somebody that was diabolical and thought he was doing good with papers in his hand, but he was going against him. And God used him. What does that mean? He can use anybody. So don't put yourself down. You might be in this crooked, perverted lifestyle. You might have done tasted a demon out here. That's how he does. Look how he done Adam and Eve. He'll trick you every now and then. The book said he's going to appear as light and look like it's an angel and fool a lot of folks. See, this is why the book said put on the whole armor of the master so you can fight against the wiles. The wiles in the Greek is method, the methods, the schemes, the plots of the demon. That's why we don't just fight this physical blood all the time in this flesh. It's some spiritualities places, in high places. And they come from everywhere. School, home, your family, the job, the church house. And you got to be ready to defend. But you can't defend if you don't have no word. The word is a defender. It says it. The word is like a two-edged sword. It goes and cuts as it going in. It goes into the bone, down into your skin, into the marrow bone. It gets deep. What does that mean? The marrow bone is your mind. Someone that was like Saul, just bent on killing Christians. It pricked his mind. It changed his. That's how powerful the word is, folks. So what I'm saying is, don't put yourself down. You might know some folks. Don't uphold nobody no wrong, because there's a wrong and there's a right and right. And you can't go wrong doing what's right. And if you keep doing what's right, right gonna follow you, folks. I'm trying to stay humble with this. And the reason why black folks is having a hard time with this, we're trying to get accepted. Our feelings are hurt. We done been hurt by loved ones, by relationships. So we figure we go to alternative lifestyle. That's demon. That's demonic. And he don't have nowhere for you to go but one place. And it's not a luxury place. It's not a good place. The air conditioning don't work there. And it ain't gonna never work there. You wanna go somewhere where the air conditioning is working. You wanna go somewhere it's daytime all the time without the use of the sun. You wanna go somewhere where, man, folks, it's serious. There are folks in the ground waiting. They're waiting either to go to the heavenly spot or waiting to go to the Gehenna hell. They can't do no more work in the grave. That's why some of these preachers, they tell you, say, wow, your blood is running warm in your veins. You need to change. It don't make you less than a man or woman to change. Real men, hardcore men, like Paul. Paul was hard. Man, he was gifted too. So some of our brothers out here, it don't make a difference you toting a pistol. Put your Bible in your other hand, brother, because you might need that pistol. We need war men out here. We need men. See, I got to get out of here. When the Messiah picked out his disciples, he didn't get them from the church house. Y'all ain't listening to me. He didn't get them from the church house already prettied up and smelling good. He got them from the streets. The doctors, the tax collectors, the fishermen, the carpenters. He got the everyday man, the street man. So if I done went through some changes, you done went through some changes, and now somebody 10 or 15 years later, you start talking to somebody, man, I knew you, man. I remember when you used to do this. He said, yeah, now you got a story. What happened? I met a man that changed me. I was going down a dark path, man. And then everybody's story is unique and different, because I best believe on your changing, death was on the other side. And he said, no, not today. I got something for you. I got a mission for you. Can you take it on? Can I trust you? Can I depend on you? Can you uplift me? You done ran with the demon so long. You done see what he got you. You can drink and smoke yourself up. You can dope yourself up. You can hold yourself up. That's what he wants you to do. But I need you. I need just a few good men out here in the vineyard. The harvest is plenty, but my labors are few. I'm looking for a few laborers out here. I pay you. I pay you with something that no man can pay you. Folks, I'm trying to be humble with this. Share this video. Share it either on Facebook or YouTube. For we got to get this information out. There's no reason for us to walk around here in this lesbianism and this homosexuality, and we, for some strange reason, we're thinking God is gonna accept us as we are. Not in that lifestyle he came. Now, if you was in it and you change and you done with it, he got you. Don't take it from me. Read your book, because you can't overlook this book. Because that's the book is going to be in the Revelation. Look at Revelation 21:19 and read it on out. The books were open. Keep in mind where they call it the dragon, the devil, the beast, which is these worldly governments, and there are some false prophets out here. They're going to be in that lake. Folks, this is real. I try to take my time. I'm 40 minutes right here. And some of you already know this. And some of you don't know this. Because the reason why I say some of you don't know this, because we wouldn't have these posts out here. We can't sit up here. Well, we're not talking about we picking and choosing sins. We're not talking about it. We're talking about a lifestyle that can get you hell-bound forever. When you die, you're not dead. We're sleeping. We're waiting on the judgment. But we're waiting on his return. And folks, some of us are not ready. That's why this GFI switch has been hit. Folks, how many more people have to die to get our attention? 183,000 Americans are dead. Look what's going around this world. We have fires in California, earthquakes over here, tsunamis over there, hurricanes right here, tornadoes over there. Come on, folks. Who's in control of this? It seems chaotic. We just got to stay ready. I hope I can help somebody. I'm saying this out of love, folks. I'm just like he said. I don't want to see no man perish. The only way we're going to perish is when we come up out of this book and we start listening to the demon. And we start going by this physical body. What seems good, what sounds good, what tastes good, what smells good, and what feels good. That ain't what he's looking for. He's looking for obedience. Because again, you can't throw this book out, because the book is going to be right there in the end, just judging this lifestyle. Don't take it from me. Read it, folks. Read it. Let's change our ways out here, folks, before it's everlasting too late. Till next time, so let it be written, so let it be done.